All the way back on May the 8th, I posted a video titled Surface Duo Users Have Nowhere to Go. The general thrust or point of that video was that for many of us Surface Duo or Duo 2 users, those of us who had gotten used to a dual screen device, a device like this that offers such a unique experience, an experience that, what does unique mean? It means that there's not another device on the market that we could move to that would potentially feel at home for us, that would do the things that Surface Duo does, that would have the wider screen, that would have the seamless, effortless multitasking. And with the state that Duo is currently in, where the updates that are coming are totally inconsequential. They are security patches. They're not adding more features. They're not fixing any sorts of bugs for Duo 1. The updates are going to stop in 2 months. Duo 2's got another year or so. But Android 13, nowhere to be seen on the horizon. Android 14, of course, even further down the line. Probably neither one of them coming. If you're looking at this and you're thinking, I need to jump ship, I need to jump to another device, there just isn't another device, as I said back in May, that gives you an obvious place to go. With every other phone, using slab phones, there's a million slab phones. If you're using a foldable like the Z Fold, well, there's other places to go now as well. There's other options, flip phones even. There's other options. Duo has no options. If you've become used to that, if it's become muscle memory to you, switching to another device can feel absolutely terrible. It can feel like you're not at home anymore, and it can leave you yearning for that old device again. Now, all that being said, I have not had my SIM in my Surface Duo 2 in, I think, over 2 months now. It might actually be approaching 3 months, because as the Pixel Fold was rapidly approaching, I put my SIM into the Z Fold 4 because that was the closest approximation that I had, and I wanted to spend as much time in the foldable world. This is a foldable, but you know what I mean. In the foldable world as I could, to have a good representation, a good sort of jumping off point to review the Pixel Fold. Now that the Pixel Fold is out, I've of course had my main SIM in it for the last month, and I don't anticipate it coming out of this device for probably a pretty long time. And how has that felt, I guess, is the question. As I've been using the Pixel Fold, which, by the way, made a video comparing the multitasking, the things that the Duo is great at, to those same sorts of tasks on the Pixel Fold. And I still think that Duo does a lot of things better than any other phone. But how has it been with the Pixel Fold and not using Duo for the last 2+ months? Have I found myself missing it, as I said that I more than likely would in a very strong way back in May? The answer to that question, rather surprisingly even to myself, has been no, not really. Not really at all. And it's because something changed between May and now all the way into the end of July, actually going to be August before you see this video. Something very substantial changed in the outside world, which soured me on the Duo concept such that I am not missing it in the way that I probably would be otherwise. And that thing is rather obvious. It is Microsoft's lack of commitment to the device, the lack of meaningful updates. And look, meaningful updates to me would have meant a changelog saying, we've fixed some bugs, we've improved the camera, we've improved touch registration, we've improved the gestures. Literally, gestures, literally anything at all besides security bulletin every single month. That feeling of using a device that the OEM of is no longer really support. I mean, they are supporting it. They are putting out security patches, but you're not getting anything additional. While you've got other options that are getting stuff every month, that do have all these new things to do, new things to try, that feeling, like I said, has in a substantial way soured me on the device. And to be honest, it's done so to a magnitude in a way that I did not think was possible, because since Duo 2 has been in my hands, it was my daily driver for that first year, like straight. But over the last, what would you say, half of a year, 7-8 months, there have been many times where I've pulled my SIM out. I've gotten frustrated about something with it. So I pulled my sim out. Maybe I was taking the dogs for a walk or something, and I wanted to pull my phone out and take a picture, and I'm doing this thing trying to put the leash under the arm. I get frustrated, take the sim out, put it in the Z Fold 4. But after 2 weeks at the most, normally like a week goes by, I'm yearning for the Duo 2. I'm wanting the dual screens back, and I'm forgiving those problems. I love this device. But that kind of stopped. But it's not just that, right? I don't think it's just that I've soured on the device. I think there is another component. And I think the other component is the Pixel Fold. I think that I finally have a device that isn't the true replacement for Surface Duo. No, and that device is never going to come. There's never going to be a true flagship dual screen device like Duo, but better ever again. And that's not what we have here. But we have a device that can approximate Duo-like things, the split screening of applications in a way that is strangely familiar to me. But it also has none of the disadvantages of Duo. It has a phone mode that is excellent. You can pull it out of your pocket, double click the power button, and take a photo all with one hand. It has a great phone mode. It has the great multitasking on the inner screen. It has an aspect ratio that I really like that feels familiar to me. It has a software experience that is rock solid. So you pair that with my soured feelings on Duo, you give me a device like this for the first time, and you have a recipe for me moving on. Now, people that are here on this channel for the Duo content, I'm still going to keep covering it whenever there's an opportunity to, whenever there's something going on. Don't get me wrong here. It's not that I suddenly hate this device and I'm like, I'm never making another video about Surface Duo again after this one. That's not the case at all. Anytime something happens and there's something worth talking about, I'm going to make a video about it. I'm going to tell you guys about it. But there's just not much going on anymore. The whole vibe around Duo is just kind of dead. There's just really not much more to say because of the unfortunate state that it is in, and that has definitely contributed to me wanting to move on. And now that I finally have found a device that I think ticks enough of those boxes without me really intending to, without me even thinking that's what was going to happen, I've had to look back and realize that's kind of what's happened. I've kind of just moved on past Duo, and it's honestly a bummer. It makes me sad to look at Surface Duo and to think I don't even really want to use you anymore. I never thought that day would come, or at least not so soon. But here we are, guys. I would love to know from other Surface Duo users, how do you feel? Are you in a similar place? Did you go through a similar emotional journey in reference to Surface Duo? Let me know in the comments down below, guys. Subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you on the next one. Until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.